Jason and the Argonauts were not demigods at all. And with that, hi, welcome to the Duke City Chronicles. I'm Jason Russell from Critical Dice, and you're watching the Fabled 42, where we build community through friendship, gaming, and of course, chaos. This is the Duke City Chronicles, a Monster of the Week stream set in my hometown of Albuquerque, New Mexico, because it is a buck wild place. You can watch us live on Fabled 42's Twitch channel Friday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern, and yes, 3 p.m. Pacific. We're so glad you could join us. We're going to start our giveaway, exclamation point critical in the chat. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, it sure would mean a lot to us if you would do that. Thank you so much. But we're going to jump into this real quick so we can get to the adventure, to the hunt, and to the drama. But let's start with our character and player intros. Miss Suki Buchanan, would you like to go first?
I would. Hi guys, I'm Bridget. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at string_theories_. And I play Suki Buchanan. She's a 70-year-old art professor at the University of New Mexico. She's heavily tattooed and also very clairvoyant. And she talks to ghosts for a living. She is the spooky playbook.
Your spooky playbook.
Spooky grandma.
Stax, let's have you go next.
Hey everybody, I am Stax. You can find me on the social media. Why did I sound like a robot right there? Freaking Eubank Inception. You can find me on all the social medias at the Judge EDM. You can also find me over at Dungeon Mechanics, where a bunch of like military and friends gets together and does some shenaniganry work. Shenaniganry is not a word, but yes. That's me. And I play Gates, the monstrous, who is finally getting his stuff together. And by stuff together, I mean he's panicking like normal, so it's fine.
Yeah, he's back on brand. Back on brand.
In a folder.
And let's have you go next.
Hello, I'm Anne. You can find me on Dusty Wings Illustration on the gram or Ekans the BP if you like animal and pet content and that kind of stuff. I play Fiona, who is a demon lady, redhead, ginger danger, and that's the spell slinger playbook.
I like how you used to find the spell slinger's playbook as ginger danger. Now you know everything you need to know. That's beautiful. I love it. And GW, please.
Hey everyone, I'm GW. You can find me on IG and Twitter under G005, 2 B's, 2 zeros. And of course here, almost every Friday, as Quavon Whispers, aka Q, who is the divine playbook and the team's angsty, edgy angel boy that's trying to keep himself together and not lose all the personal work that he's done to get revenge on someone.
Because he about to lose his mind up in here. And I'm Jason Russell. You can find me at Critical Dice on Instagram and Heaven Help Us TikTok. And I am your keeper of monsters and mysteries. I get to traumatize these four lovely people every Friday. We've had a little bit of a spotty schedule because I was sick and despaired for life itself, but I'm better now. So welcome back to the chaos. I think that is it as far as announcements go. We're getting very close to the end of this epic story, and we can't wait to see what happens and take you guys along for the ride. But with that, let's go ahead and get into our intro as we continue our current hunt, the plan.
It's an amazing place. Most people have no idea where it is, but we're okay with that. We've got mountains, rivers, deserts, and over 300 days of sunshine, and some of the most diverse and wonderful people you'll ever meet. It's a great place to live, and I definitely encourage you to try it. But we also have our dark side, our own ghosts, secrets, and legends. Most of them are true. For thousands of years, people have been living here and dying here. This is Albuquerque, but it goes by many names. The 505, the Burke, my favorite is the Duke City. These are the Duke City Chronicles.
Previously on the Duke City Chronicles, the team has come face to face with the man behind the curtain, Joseph Maxwell. After a tense, yeah, everything boo his.
Hate him.
The
Bleh.
the team that was still at the destroyed rubble of the rail yard base, Suki, Q, and Fiona, came face to face with a very mild-mannered scientist with a plan who informed the team that he is changing reality slowly and progressively to find a final equation for a perfect world where everyone benefits. And if they could only see that, they would stop being such a nuisance. Meanwhile, Gates is off having adventures of his own, having been separated from the team for the last 2 episodes. And I don't know if this group has seen what's happened to him, so I don't want to give too much of a recap. So with that, you guys, last I heard, were storming off towards the Mustang away from the rubble after a very frustrating encounter with Maxwell after he stole the newly reconstituted body of Avi and absconded with it to parts unknown. Suki, as you're walking back and fishing your keys out of your pocket, you see that there is an unread text message from Gates, actually, on your phone. And it says, "Miss Suki, I think I'm back. I will call Q in a minute to see if he can come pick me up. Hope all is well."
Can I try to psychically link up with him?
Yeah, roll plus weird.
Okay.
Q, your phone's ringing.
It's a 10.
A 10. Yeah. You link up with Gates and you hear Gates in his mind going, it's basically just internal screaming. Like when you realize you didn't study for your exam, you're 5 minutes late, and for some reason you forgot your pants.
It's the oh no, oh no, oh no.
Fuck.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Q, pick up the phone. Q, pick up the phone. Q, pick up the phone.
Hi, ring.
Oh, Miss
Hi,
Suki, how are you?
Ivy, where are you at?
You know that guy that's like normally really shady?
He slashes at your heels.
Oh my god, he's there now.
Yes, he's right here.
Where are you? We're driving to you. Where you at, babe?
I'm at a building and the place out in the middle of nowhere, close to the Air Force Base.
Oh, okay.
Quick, I answer the phone.
Yeah,
Looking
Q-
at who's calling.
You answer and you just hear like panicked running and what sounds like Gates maybe crying a little bit and someone yelling and occasionally what sounds like a sword hitting wood.
Stop swinging that!
Get back here.
Okay. Did I recognize that voice saying "Get back here"?
Yes.
Gates, where are you?
If I knew that, I mean, should I send you like a ping or something? I'm kind of busy right now, Q.
He's out by the Air Force Base. You just said
A
a
teleport.
big abandoned place.
Great.
Oh.
Where do you want to appear? In front,
Even
behind,
better.
beside?
To his right.
To his right. You appear in golden light, just long enough to see Gates run right past you. And you dodge just in time as the obsidian blade swings over your head, not intended for you, but you end up in the wrong place at the wrong time, and you duck as a shirtless Zach in his boots, pants, no shirt, that H vest he had before, no mask, and he's like got a bloodied lip and kind of a black eye, and he kind of stops maybe about 5 feet from you, looks and sees Gates running, looks back and sees you. And it's just like, well, a little sooner than I wanted for a rematch. Swing. But we can do it now.
I look at Gates running. I look at him.
I stop running. I look back. You should have brought more people. He slides into position.
Not yet, but soon, friend. I teleport to Gates, and I teleport us to both.
Act under pressure.
Oh, come on.
While he's doing that, could I try to copy his spell and like use magic to open a portal in front of the Mustang so we can?
Oh, use magic.
Okay. Because I can't teleport, but I can make portals.
I have my number. I'll wait till whenever you want it.
Go ahead and give it to me, Q.
13.
Dang you, son. All right, yeah. You teleport like right behind Gates as the wings open up, and you put your arms around him as the wings come around and mimicking with your arms. And you guys both, like, you see the sparks and flicks of golden light and flame just as Shadow is coalescing in front of you. And you're gone as he swipes in front of the spot you guys used to be. He's like, soon. And starts walking back.
Yeah, that's what I said. Repeat after me.
Fiona, what'd you get?
I rolled a 14.
A 14. Yeah. Describe to me how this Mustang-sized portal appears in front of the Stang.
I guess with my hands, I'm going to act like I'm ripping into the ether, and it's just going to pull apart like this huge...
Like a shower curtain pulling over?
Yeah, pretty much. And it's going to rip like a tiny hole right in front of... just enough for the Mustang to fit through.
Yeah. And you said you're trying to copy his spell. Where are you trying to go? Same location as he did?
Yeah. Because Suki said Air Force Base?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you can see open desert in front of you, Suki, in this kind of like very rough, ugly scar in reality, connecting 2 points that are not geographically linked. Keys are in your hand. She's on the other side of the car. You both are outside of it. What would you like to do?
I'd like to get into the Stag.
All right.
Yeah. Get in!
Samesies.
Act under pressure, Suki. And I'll give you a +1 because you're driving the Stang.
I am driving the Stag. It's my happy place. That is a 9.
9. Do you want to arrive safely? Do you want to arrive at the right place safely? Or do you want to arrive at the wrong place that's safer?
Did I get, I've been tapped into the network, but I wouldn't know that they teleported or anything, right? There wouldn't be like a blip on the
there's
line.
no way you would have been able to know that. Yeah. I don't think we've ever established what happens to the telepathic connection while he's in transit.
Okay. I guess she would want to go to her friends. So I think she would pick the Air Force Base.
Q, where did you go when you grabbed Gates?
I would not want to abandon my teammates, so I would have teleported back where we were, like at the rubble of the where I was.
The rubble of the rail yard base. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh,
You appear, wings opening up, and you guys are both there kind of panting heavy, just as you see the tail lights of the Mustang go through this new magical tear in reality. Suki, the Stang comes and hits a dune somewhere outside of town, somewhere near the military base, not exactly where Q went, but very close. And you can see town a good maybe 5 miles back behind you someplace. The Sandias, the kind of the tail end of the Sandias, a place called the Four Hills with the Four Sisters, and just a couple like little, like just small buildings off in the distance, and not much else out here. But what for sure isn't out here is Gates and Q.
Oh no. Am I
Oh, wait.
stuck on the dune?
No,
go
you
wrong
could
place?
drive carefully and probably still move. Yeah. And the portal closes behind you.
Oh,
Rats.
When I see the tail end of them going through this portal, I see the portal is where I just came from. Is that correct? Or no?
I don't
Would I recognize where they are?
act under pressure.
I was gonna say.
Or rather, actually, you know what? Read a bad situation.
Can I help
It's about to be a bad situation.
You can help out.
All right, I'll wait to hear what if he succeeds in helping before I say anything.
12 for help. I mean, I was just thinking.
I recognize that cactus. I know it anywhere.
Okay, read a bad situation is where
Plus
are you?
sharp.
Plus sharp. Okay. All right, so I have a +1 from my friend, and I get a +1 for myself. Let's do a total of 12.
12. Nice. You can hold 3. Are you basically asking best way to protect the victims or best way in?
I feel like best way in I already know. Best way to protect the victims, which is
The Mustang crew.
Suki.
The Suki. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you see that and you hear Gates go, that's where we just were. And so you know that she just somehow now has a magic school bus, Mustang, and is kind of back the direction you just were. You getting to him is no problem. You can teleport to people you know.
May I hold my last 2 for something a little bit later, depending on if it's...
Yes, absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna grab Gates again. Here we go. Teleport to... I want to be to the right of the Mustang.
Suki, are you still driving?
I think the sand would have slowed me down a little
Okay.
bit, but I'm
Yeah, you're kind of
Yeah.
puttering along, trying to
I'm trying to
navigate and
make
not get
sure.
stuck. Yeah.
there in my mind it's like Suki's doing donuts, but no, in real life it's really hard to drive on sand. So she's being
Yeah, it's like that
very
one
careful.
time, like that one time it snowed when you were a kid in the South, and you're like, okay, how do I do this?
It feels slippery. It
Yeah.
feels slippery.
Yeah, and you guys are going maybe about 10 miles an hour, and you see a little flash just maybe 5 feet ahead of you on the right hand side, and Gates and Q are just kind of standing there, and you just slowly just pass them, and you look at them, and they look at you, and you're like, what? Yeah.
Oh, it worked.
Yes. Great job, Fiona. She's gonna slam the brakes and stick her head out the window and say, "Get the car!"
We're
Let's
going
go.
Doonin'.
Let's
We're
go.
going
I'm running to the car. I open the door to let Gates in first, and then I get in.
Yep. Great. All right. Suki, let's have you let's do an act under pressure roll just to see how long it's going to take you to, if you want to drive back to a paved or dirt road, how long that's going to take you.
The second we get into the car, I'm like, what are you doing here? What are we doing? What is this?
Look, we were gonna come find you, and I guess you got. It's
How'd
a
you even get
stressful situation. Fiona ripped time and space, and now we're here. Everybody
Sounded like a
buckle
good
up.
idea at the time. So
Everybody buckle up, please. Gates, it's really good to see you back, baby. I got a 9.
A 9? Yeah. If you're trying to get back to more stable ground, it's probably going to take you about a good 15 minutes, and then probably another good 15 minutes from there to town.
Yeah, I will do so.
Okay. Yeah. A lot of slowly going around things, using natural momentum from a downslope to kind of keep you going, turning into to the slide, all that good stuff.
Neutral.
There's an armadillo. See?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The armadillo is going faster than we are.
Yeah. A jackrabbit kind of outpaces you guys with its freakishly long legs and big pink eyes. Just looks at you and just keeps on jumping past.
I know I talk to ghosts, but those things give you the creeps.
For you know what? Amen. Preach on. Yeah, so you guys have about 15 minutes as Suki's trying to like weave her way back to more stable ground. What would you guys like to talk about? What are you guys thinking about right now?
My eyes are darting around us to try to stay as aware as possible as to any oncoming threat. And I'm talking to Gates. What happened? Where were you?
So y'all remember when I jumped on the shadow guy, shade man?
Yeah.
Person?
Yeah.
Well, he did something and I ended up in a place that wasn't here, but it was kind of somewhere else. And there was these creatures that were moving about, but they didn't attack me or anything. And they kind of like led me back to where we just were. But in that process, when I got closer to that structure, this beam of light, I guess, shot out, and I could see that like small things were changing as it pulsed outward towards the city. Kind of reminded me of like when we were in the thing, but maybe not in the thing, and we got like toppled with the mustard. But yeah, regardless, I decided to investigate. I sent Miss Suki a text message. I don't know why it took so long to actually get to her. But when I arrived, I took some pictures, and he'll pull out his phone and start showing the pictures that I took of just the structure and everything within that I could get. But once I got closer to this blast door area, there was this man. I think he had like cowboy boots on or something. Anyways, he walked out with those creatures that, do y'all remember the ones that we saw at the hospital? That
Whoa. You walked out with a man with cowboy boots.
Yeah, I didn't take a picture of him because I didn't want the flash or anything to accidentally go off, because that.
What did he look like?
Just a very perturbed guy. I'll be sure to like, I don't know, at him next time I see him, but I'll give like a rough description of any other features I remember from him.
Yeah, it matches Maxwell.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because him and the little guys like poof disappeared and shot off that way, I think. And I'll like point back towards the rail yards.
Oh, guys.
Well, it's funny you say that, because I myself and Fiona may actually have some context to add to that. That man's name is Maxwell, and he's
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Maxwell.
we met Maxwell
When?
when you were in the car on fire.
And you didn't tell me?
I
Wait,
forgot about that.
You were on fire.
You were
That
on
is a real
fire and
piece of
in
work.
the car, and
Maxwell was there. You could have.
I'm sorry. There was a
There's
car
1,000 ways
fire?
to get me.
there was
All
not
you do is
in-
brood. I never know when to interrupt you while you're brooding.
Oh! And like as Q was like erupts in his anger again, he like kind of blares into golden fire. He just starts to burn again. Oh!
Yep, that's the fire we're talking about. You see, it's hard to interrupt when your friend is on fire and you are facing an ultimate evil. He's the one. Debatable ultimate evil. I get that. Well, he's the one that's been causing all of the like time wishy-washy stuff, and like he's very angry at us because we keep interrupting the timeline. He seems particularly pissed with me, which is why he erased me. Remember when nobody remembered me and the ghost didn't see me? Well, he just made time fixed so that I never could talk to ghosts. He
How?
literally reached back into my bloodline and made it skip a generation. And
How?
I don't know.
How long did it take? Was it a long thing?
No, it was, remember how we saw that wave of energy the first time?
Yeah.
And then Gates, just now, when you said that there was another little wave of energy, that second little wave of energy was him fixing it and putting it back on the regular timeline. So like, remember the mayor changed on the billboard? Now the mayor's back. And now people remember me and I can talk to ghosts still. It's just a lot.
And he was here.
he was here, and he took Avi. He took Avi because
Would you stop doing the fire thing? That's just weird.
I know, it is hard to see the road when you're all lit up like that. It's like when someone turns on the overhead light while you're driving. You're never supposed to do that.
And then Ring
And-
of Fire shows up on the radio.
Yeah.
Q
A cue
Q
on fire.
just takes a moment, closes his eyes, and just like breathes slowly. Just breathe slowly as he's trying to stop burning and just process everything at once without breaking. It just takes a minute.
Yeah.
So how long has Q been doing the fire thing?
I think Zach pissed him off right good, and I mean, you ain't burst into flames very often before, have you? I feel like I remember.
No, that's a new thing.
New thing.
Is Zach the shade guy?
Yeah. We fought him before, and we tried to kill him. Remember Q's obsidian sword?
Yes, I
that
remember
belonged
it.
to Zach. And then Zach took it back. So, and he really almost killed Q and Fiona in the process.
Do you say that out loud, Suki? The
Yeah.
second say that out loud?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. When you say that again, Q becomes in flames.
Well, am I wrong? I had to hold your both your dying hands in mine. I think we can call a spade a spade.
I feel like a lot more happened to y'all while I was away than what happened. I'm not done, by the way. I actually went into the blast door area, and there's a base in that vicinity. That's
Oh.
where, I went down, and then there was this one room, and I looked in, and there was one of those homunculus things, and there was these cages, large cages, I don't know, and there was like some machinery stuff. But anyways, I went down the other way, and that's where I ran into the shade, and then I was like, I probably should leave, and then I left, and then he was trying to hit me, but then I called Q because he decided to finally answer, and here we are.
So
How many
what you're
times did you
saying?
call me?
Just
Yeah.
once, but there's no signal in that.
The super
base area.
scary underground base of the big bad evil guy.
I mean, things are a lot less scary when you can phase through solid matter.
Is there a hairless cat?
This is true. There's always an escape hatch. Well, it's good to know that that's where Maxwell is based. He's changing time and space because he's mad that his wife died. Is the main motivator.
But also that pulse originated from the base.
So that's
So
the
there's-
machine.
Yeah, there's some machine or something. I didn't explore enough to see the machine because I ran into Zach before that. But
Yeah, Zach's a jerk.
yeah, he's not very nice.
No, he ain't. No, he ain't.
We'll get 'em.
Keeper, quick reminder.
Yes.
When I ported next to Gates
Yes.
and I saw Zach, you
Yes.
said that he was shirtless. You said that he was bleeding. You said a number of things, right?
Yes. I said that he was not wearing a shirt or mask. He was still wearing the H-shaped harness that he usually wears over his shirt. He had a black eye and bleeding and a puffy lip, like he'd been punched. But that was all you could see in that kind of frantic.
Can I do I think that all that stuff was us or someone else that gave him all those damages?
Well, I mean, you've seen him heal before, so I'm not sure you would know why exactly.
Gates like leans up to Fiona. I thought fire was like your thing.
Not that much different.
Wait, so Gates, were you?
Eh?
And I just got what Fiona said. Wow,
Mhm.
that hurts. That burns.
That
Gotta move on
burns.
though. Gotta move on.
She throws down stick burns in a different way.
That was
Yep.
That was too real. I got to be careful. Gates, did you fight him?
No, I ran away. If he could send me to that
He was
shadow
bleeding.
realm place.
He
Yeah,
was
he was
bleeding.
like patching himself up when I came across. That's why I thought he was like a guy that I could talk to. And I went in there, and then he was all like, "Hey, it's you again." And I was like, "Oh no."
Gates. What do you mean he
Yes.
was patching himself up? What did it look like? What was he doing?
The area in the base, there's like a barracks to the left once you go in.
I think Max
In there, he was sitting down, patching himself up, cleaning up his bloody areas and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, he's just a
With-
regular Joe."
With what? With band-aids? With what?
Yeah, like bandages, like cloth. I don't know. I didn't ask him what he uses, like ibuprofen or anything.
I think he lost his powers.
No, because he definitely showed up way faster than you can show up from a guy that's phasing through an entire building.
I was hitting him harder than I ever hit anybody, and he kept healing.
It must have been when Maxwell reset the timeline. He has some of his power still, but I think he may have amped him on the second timeline. I think he's weaker now.
If we're gonna get this dude, now would be the time.
Yeah, because we were fighting him on the second timeline where nobody remembered being I can't talk to ghosts. But now we had to reset it because Maxwell got pissed.
Speaking of, I'm gonna go ahead and use magic to heal one harm.
Yes, I'm still bleeding profusely.
Roll it, please.
I feel that separating from the party is not really a good thing because a lot of stuff happens in a very short period of time. Like you and your fire, and I mean,
No.
I'm glad to see all of y'all, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
all of it
never
was
leave
bad.
us again.
Gates, I'm glad you're safe, man.
Yes.
Yes, I'm glad that y'all came for me.
Does Gates look hurt at all?
No,
To
I'm a
me?
champ.
Okay.
I was also intangible for like 90% of the time.
Every time you did get hit, you just go through. Can't get me. Can't get me.
For a second,
Yeah,
those
do you take
puppers.
harm when you're intangible?
He can.
Possibly.
You could.
Yeah, there are certain kinds of things like magic in particular could probably defeat that particular situational defense. Yeah.
Get him.
Once, like almost simultaneously, when Q asked Gates is he okay, and then he was worried about him, and Gates was like, "No, I'm a champ" or whatever. Q completely stops burning, and his eyes stop searing, and he just goes back to self.
Welcome back, friend. Well,
Suki,
say?
you've hit a dirt road now.
oh thank God. What say y'all to coming back to my place for some coffee and some plotting, huh?
Have you been back home since you can?
No, I would dearly like to hug my kitchen ghost. If it's okay with everybody.
Let's go. Let's go. As we drive, Q was just gonna be. He hates sitting in the back seat, but I see him being right behind Fiona. Fiona in the front passenger seat. I'm just looking at the window and watching like the desert and things go by as I continue to think about how I'm going to, or we are going to take down Zach and return him back to the Obsidian Order. And just kind of just be happy that mostly everyone's in one piece and alive.
I think there's no reason that we can't get to Sunset House without any trouble. Any questions or thoughts, character or player wise, anyone needs to share while we're kind of moving from that scene to this scene? kind of hunches or things your characters are kind of like thinking about? Fiona, I don't think we've checked in with you in a while. Gates, how you doing?
Fiona is just like the desert, armadillos. She's very just a mission. We doing the thing. She misses her phone. And she's thinking of ordering one online.
R.I.P.
We'll take a note to write down Sookie's address so the phone can be shipped to her house.
Yes. Yeah, that I am okay with that.
Suki probably has an old like candy bar phone in her drawer she can borrow.
Yeah, a Nokia. It's
Yeah.
just Snake.
Yeah, he hasn't charged it in 7 years. It still has
Oh, no.
juice.
Yeah, still has juice. It's
Wow.
it's been floating in the sink for 3
Can
years.
be run over by a car and still work.
Yeah.
Has several times.
Yeah.
Gates, what were you
Out of
saying?
Butterfinger's face.
I imagine during the ride back, Gates is still relatively quiet, but his brain's like working in like overdrive for once, because normally whenever we're on these missions, he's kind of in the back seat, for lack of a better term, of what's happening and all this other stuff. But now that some of the pieces are actually like clicking over, whereas normally he's like learning what the new piece is, his brain's working a little bit differently now.
Okay. Is there a particular question you're mulling over, or kind
Trying
of
to-
dots you're trying to click together?
Can I look at Q and see if just the fire is the only thing different, or if there's something else that's, monster related, not talking about sort of thing?
Yeah, you know what? I mean, we don't have how about you manipulate someone?
Good at that. That's charm, which is -1. 6 minus 1 is a 5.
Okay, so we don't use this very often, but manipulate someone has 2 lists on a regular person or on another hunter. On a miss, it's up to that hunter to decide how badly you offend or annoy them. They mark experience if they decide not to do what you asked. So either basically Gates, basically Q, if he's going to try to like push you for information, you can either choose to tell him. If you choose not to tell him, mark experience.
Q. I know it's been like a hot minute since we spent any time together. I didn't even need to do that. Is everything all right with you?
Yeah, you seem on edge lately. And then you see her like just like turning around, like eavesdropping.
There is a long period of silence before he slowly turns from the window to Fiona and then to Gates. And you both see a split second where his eyes like hit the back of Sookie's head, but then like just kind of shoots down. Yeah. A lot's been happening, and I don't normally do this, the deep talks or whatever. And I think that's why I'm not my best. A while ago, my guide, my guardian angel. They told me that my purpose changed. And purpose, the whole reason I'm alive, actually. My original purpose was just to be here, fight back the darkness, balance. Don't let the monsters win, protect, fight off the enemy, balance. And it was fine. For as long as I can remember, I've just been doing that. And I was good at it. I was really fucking good at it. But then it changed. It went from that to protecting, watching over just one. And when I tell you that, to just switch your mind from just fighting to fully caring, it's different. I didn't know, I wasn't fully sure who it was. I just knew that it was among us. In the words of angels, they don't talk the same way we do. So it's not always so prevalent. I thought it was just watch over the team, watch over whatever. And then I failed at it. The shade, Zach. I failed at it. I never did before. I almost failed, if I didn't already. It was Suki. Suki was the one I was supposed to protect. Suki is the one who has a crucial role to play. Suki is my charge. And I couldn't protect her from being erased. I couldn't protect her from Zach. I couldn't protect her. I couldn't do it! She saved me. So no, I don't feel great right now. I don't know why it was given to me. Suki saved me. My job was to save you, and you saved me, and I thank you for that. And at that point, Q falls back into his seat and looks out the window again. It just goes quiet.
Well,
Hey,
baby, it's funny to think the angels take any interest in me, but you have protected me on many an occasion. This time, you couldn't have stopped Maxwell if you tried because we didn't have the context for it. But now we do. Maybe your charge is to save me next time, you know? And I saved you because I love you. I love all of y'all. And I was gonna save you regardless, because y'all are my, you know, my kin. You guys belong in my heart. And just because the angel said that you have to save me doesn't mean it had to be today. There are plenty of other days that I do plenty of other stupid shit. So it was my turn to save you this time. And you'll get me back, I'm sure. But for now, it ain't worth dealing on the past, even though the past was literally 10 minutes ago. Zach didn't get me. Maxwell fixed the timeline. So now we have a chance. We have a chance to put this right. And if we do it the right way, you'll save me, you'll save Gates, you'll save Fiona, you'll save the world.
No matter the end result, Q. I believe everyone has some sort of purpose, whether it's appointed or whether we appointed ourselves. You don't know how it coexists with yours, how it changes over time. At the end of the day, you're more than just your purpose. You're my friend. Never thought I'd say that about an angel. But sometimes the world works different. We have to adapt. But we do. That's what makes it hard. But Suki's still here. She's still alive. You did that.
Yeah, and without your interfering with Zach and everything, I wouldn't have been able to have that very snarky conversation that I had with Maxwell, which made him change the timeline back, and now I'm unerased. You redrew me in. So we'll go home, drink some cocoa, and plan to save the world. That sound good to everybody?
Curly fries, anyone?
Oh, of course we can go to Curly Fries. I'm gonna screech into the drive-thru.
Yeah, I think you guys are able to pull into a Carl's Jr. and get some curly fries and make it back to Sunset House. And Suki, as you kind of walk in, everything is as you remember it for realsies. And as you walk in the front door, you see the kettle click on, and the nearly beheaded ghost of Rosalita turns around and sees you and kind of waves and starts bustling around the kitchen.
I'm going to full sprint up to her and hug, but hug the air around. I know I'll go through, otherwise it's just oh baby, I missed you so much. I'm so sorry that happened. You have no idea what happened, but I am so happy that you are here. Oh, hey, by the way, you seen Billy the Kid recently?
She kind of pantomime pinches your cheek and says something that you think was crazy white lady, you need to eat more, something along those lines, and starts rattling on about stuff. And at first you think she's talking about Billy, and you hear her say something about the living room and kind of gestures as she's pulling down tea and stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, baby. You keep on. I'm gonna sort of cautiously, with my hand on my Bowie knife, head towards the living room to see who's in there.
Yeah, you walk into the living room. You don't see anyone at first, and it's kind of a nice little sitting room, floral couch, little coffee table, some roses up on the fireplace mantle, and you hear a noise in the chimney and a rumble, like someone drops something, and a bunch of soot and old pieces of wood kind of tumble out of the fireplace. You haven't used it in a long time. This is just now getting to that season where it's cold at night. And there's all this ash and soot on the ground all of a sudden. And you're just
Billy.
And
Billy.
You see in the soot, BUTTS.
Oh, it ain't Billy. Oh.
from behind you. You hear, hey, Miss Suki.
Oh gosh, darn it! Sorry, my brain just went. What's his name?
Ralph.
Ralph. I lost Rosalita and I lost Ralph. It was really weird. My whole brain was just like, you don't know your ghosts anymore.
Yeah, your brain was like, we lost Ralph. That's the important part. Just focus on that.
We're all done. But oh, Ralph, I can't even tell you how excited I am to see you.
Oh, that's good. I'm excited to see you too.
Oh my gosh.
You've never been excited to see me before. Why now?
I know. We've had a trying day. Listen, would you be up to doing me a favor?
I mean, yeah, as long as you'll do me one.
All right, Ralph, what can I do for you?
So while she's in the other room talking to someone, what are you guys doing in the kitchen? Rosalita's making the tea and getting that ready, kind of more or less like what you guys are used to, the unseen servant of Suki's kitchen.
Fiona Q, question. I mean, if we plan on going back there, that is, maybe you guys can help me out a little with maybe learning how to fight or hold my own, so I'm not just standing there all willy-nilly.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't want you to go easy on me. Like,
It's better to start easy than go too hard.
no, hear me out.
And I was like about to like
Stab him in the back.
with the small Bowie knife. No. Every once in a while I get images of Eubank. And I think he used to be really good at what we do. So if possible, I would like to see if I can tap into that innate monster hunting, however you want to put it, instinct, so that it's like it's part of us rather than just a part of him.
keeper question.
Yes.
I'm wondering if there's any sort of magic I can use to like merge their minds together.
you mean a spell to help people get past like their mental blocks and see the way forward?
Yes. Like
Yeah.
if I can merge both, maybe not their
Mhm.
personalities per se, but all the life experience, like it'll
Yeah.
feel like
I think this would be a very our very first big magic from a
Yeah,
player
sounds good.
character, but on a smallish scale to where you could probably do that. I am going to say that as I look at big magic. So on that list for big magic, it says there's a bunch of things that may be required. I'm going to pick, do you have that in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to pick one and you pick one. So look at that list over and I'm going to come back to you. So while you guys are kind of having this conversation about how to integrate the memories and experience of Gates and of Eubank, we're going to pop back over to the living room scene where Ralph has asked Suki to do him a favor if he's going to do a favor for her.
All right, Ralph, what's your favor?
Well, I was kind of hoping you would go with me to talk to Sunny.
Oh, baby, of course I do that. I don't know what y'all's beef is together, but I would like to see all parties be safe at the very least. And Sunny gets a little scary sometimes.
Yeah, he's really scary. So yeah, I mean, I'll just kind of hang out here and just just hang out. And when you guys are ready, I know you guys just got back in, but when you guys are ready to go, if you wouldn't mind going with me to talk to the big scary pond demon, that'd be really great. What did you want me to do for you, Miss Sugi?
Well, we have discovered a rather large problem, and I don't know if this will even work. Honestly, I don't know if this is breaking the rules of the dead or anything like that. But you wouldn't happen to have any ghost friends that would, like to work as a distraction in a battle scenario?
Yeah, I might. Let me think about that. I got not a lot of them that like me on this side, but maybe on the other side.
Yeah, if you can check, I'd love that. It's just this guy he's like changing up the timeline and stuff like crazy, stupid, powerful.
Yeah, I kind of
Yeah,
felt something a while ago, huh?
yeah, right.
Was that a
Well,
thing? I thought I
yep.
had gas, but that didn't make any sense.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
I thought y'all like were gas. But
It's,
like,
it's more like an ectoplasm, really.
I guess so. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
A combo of the two.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr.
Yeah.
K, I'll do you a solid. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we just don't know what we're going up against, and we can use as many hands as possible. And the ghosts sort of freak people out most of the time. So
Yeah, it's pretty
you know,
great.
it's really good. It's
Yeah.
a good thing. It's what you do best. So yeah, absolutely. If you wouldn't mind inquiring, I'd love that.
All right, sounds good. Fiona, what did you choose?
I chose rare and weird supplies. It was fun.
Rare and weird supplies. I'm going to choose it'll have a specific side effect or danger.
Okay. On me or Gaze?
And that's where we end our episode.
No. Well,
Thank you
she is.
so much for watching the Duke City Chronicles. Thank you for joining us. Please meet with us back here, our usual time, Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. We're going to call our giveaway right now. If you won, congratulations. Please get with me in the Discord for your set of dice. I have been sick, so I have a bit of a backlog, but I'm working on getting those out so that no one has to wait any longer for their prizes. Yeah. So we'll see you guys next time we're live. And until then, Albuquerque's a weird place. Let's keep it that way. Bye.